Well, several school expansions are on the horizon in Oshkosh as phase 2 of the district's long-term facilities plan gets underway, and that means some students will attend new schools. Drew Best is live at Franklin Elementary, where construction on its expansion is now underway. Drew.
Yeah, Elise, there's a lot of excitement for these projects from both Franklin families and staff, and you can't really see it here, but there is construction already going on the backside of the school by the playground. We're told that this is teaching some of the students here a little bit about patience, but those students are also thrilled to see what their school is going to soon look like in a few years. This facilities plan is funded by the district's 2025 capital referendum, which totals over $197 million. It will cover expansions and upgrades here at Franklin and at Oakwood Elementary School, among other renovations throughout the district. But with these phase 2 expansions also brings consolidations. Roosevelt Elementary will be closing soon, and both Jacob Shapiro Elementary and South Park Middle Schools will be torn down in the next year and a half to make way for a new West Side Middle School on the Shapiro property. District leaders say these projects will cut operating costs in years to come as they continue to navigate current and future budget shortfalls.
These expansions allow room for those students and families to be part of this new community. So it's an exciting time to be in Oshkosh over the next 3 or 4 years, to be able to bring more of the community together around some expanded, modernized spaces.
And the district will soon prepare for even more groundbreakings as phase 2 is expected to continue on up until right before the beginning of the 2028-29 school year. Tonight at 6, you'll hear from Franklin's principal about how they hope to keep their identity of this school as they expand and add more students. Reporting live in Oshkosh, Drew Best, Action 2 News.